Do you think all letters in your brand name are the same? Well, as Amy Winehouse would have said herself, no, no, no. In today's video, we're gonna cover 5 letters that you should avoid in your brand name. So, without further ado, venga, venga, venga. Let's start with it. I'd like to give you a warm welcome to my channel. My name is Pablo Calal, and this channel is all about business numerology, and I'm very happy to see you here. If this is something that interests you, please subscribe and make sure that you click on the bell to be notified of all the videos that I post. I post new videos every Thursday, so please stay tuned for that. The reasons why I've selected these 5 letters that we're going to discuss, it just mainly because they will have potentially a negative effect on your ability to create revenue. And the second reason is because that negative influence is going to be present for a number of years. So we're just basically going to go letter by letter, and I'll be telling you for how long they will be influencing your brand and the reasons why you shouldn't really choose them. We're going to start with the letter R from Romeo and I from India. We're going to group them together because they're going to have like certain similarity and their attributes, and they actually going to be influencing for the same number of years. So which attributes will the letter R and I will hold? This is a letter that has certain attributes that are particularly good when you want to finish a project, when you want to end, when there is an end of a process, and it helps to get rid of everything that doesn't work. So in that sense, there will be some conflict sometimes, there will be some accidents, some difficulties, some tensions. Also, this is a very altruistic energy, so it doesn't really understand much about money. If the money comes in the same way that it will come in, it will literally come out. So this is not these are definitely not certain attributes that you want to be influencing your brand. So for how long will this be influencing your brand? For this one particularly, they will be influencing your brand for 9 years. So be very mindful of using them in your brand name. Would I use this as the first letter, as the initial of your brand to represent it? Absolutely not, because those energies, those attributes will be inflated on the brand, and also you don't really want to start a business with all these unnecessary tensions. So definitely no. Would I use it anywhere in your brand name? If you care about your brand and you want it to go on for as long as it can, I will definitely would skip this one. There is a concept that is very important to understand, and I'm just going to very briefly go through it in case you missed my last video, and it's the concept of transition. So we're discussing that each letter will have certain attributes and they will be influencing your brand for a number of years. So you will start with your brand name, you will go to the first letter, so that will be influencing for a number of years. Then when the time's up, the next letter will come up, and those attributes will be influencing your brand, and therefore and so on with all the letters in your brand name. So if you are not too worried about the duration of your brand or how long you want it to go for, say that you're only interested in running a business like for 5 years or 10 years and don't care about the rest. So I will make sure that the letters that you pick, particularly the first one, the ones that are going to influence in your brand for those years, will be letters that are actually going to help you, and then perhaps would write and use the letter R or I after that, but always making sure that you won't actually be transition those letters during when your business is active. The next letter that we're going to cover in today and we are going to avoid is letter U from umbrella. And the main characteristic of this letter is that it creates indecision, and that indecision can generate a lot of stress and tension. Also, it can lead to generate accidents, and most importantly can actually generate financial losses. So you really want to stay out of this one. How long is this letter going to be influencing your brand? That will be 3 years. Would I use it as the first letter in your business name? No. Would I use it later on? Again, I personally wouldn't recommend it unless you don't care too much for how long your project or your business is going to be up and running. If you do, make sure that you use it towards like the end of the name, so perhaps you've had more time to develop your business and be more stable, so you can handle those adversities in a more efficient way. I'm trying to come up with the name. Start with X-Men. Don't know if that's a word as such, but I hope it does the trick. Uh, the main energy that represents this letter is chaos. Um, so this is something that you don't really want to be influencing your brand name. Is impacting it negatively, because all this chaos is going to complicate things, it's going to delay things, it's going to have a toll definitely on your ability to perhaps launch your business on time, create all those projects, those products on time, and generally speaking, it's going to have like a negative effect on your ability to generate revenue. So that's why I've chosen it's best to stay away from it, even though there is chances that if you stay on top and you manage to dominate and control this energy during the last year, on the 6 year, you could actually reap the benefits. You have to stay really on top of it, and if you don't, then you might not make it until the year 6. So I'll say skip it. How long is this going to be affecting your brand name? That's 6 years. Would I use it in your first letter? Definitely not. Would I use it somewhere along further down the line on your? Would I use it in your brand name? I would stay away from it. The last letter that we're gonna be covering today is the letter B, as in banana, and this letter contains a highly emotional energy that could actually be very overwhelming, and it leads to a highly mental activity that could be quite exhausting and quite stressful. Uh, how long is this energy going to be influencing your brand? That would be 2 years. Would I use it as the initial of your brand name? No, definitely no, because you don't want this additional tension and highly emotional sensitivity and drive doubting your project. So no. Would I use it somewhere else down the line in your brand name? Out of all the letters that we've covered today, this is perhaps the one that it would be less toxic, if you like. However, I will be making sure that it doesn't transition your brand name, at least for the first 5 of 10 years. So if you're going to include it, then make sure that it's again going to be transitioning towards the end of the brand name. Well, this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm wondering what your impressions are of all these letters and whether you are surprised to hear what you heard about any of these letters. I'd love to know. So please go ahead and comment in the comment section. Again, thanks a million for making it till the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like this video and share. And I'll see you next Thursday. Thank you. You think that all letters in your brand name are the same? Well, as Wave Me Out, what? And I'm going to be disclosing how long they will be influencing and whether if it's recommended to use or not, or if this video is called 5 reasons why you shouldn't choose these letters or whatever I'm going to title it. Like, you don't really, do you? There you go.